there's only about between 4,000 and 5,000 black rhinos left in the world.
Wow.
Which is a bit of a scary stat.
Since you guys have started this,
Yeah.
how has poaching decreased?
Yeah, quite drastically. So like we said, there was a massive poaching, we lost in South Africa about 1,200 rhinos in 2015. So we started in 2016 dehorning and Pinder. And what happened was we lost 4 rhinos due to poaching in end of 2015, and that's what sort of drove us to actually start dehorning in 2016. And what we did then is, since we dehorned, we've only lost 2 rhinos, which is quite a good stat, because I think the stat in South Africa is still that we're losing a rhino every day in South Africa. The news has just sort of quieted down, but the actual poaching hasn't really quieted down at all.
The dehorning process itself looks brutal. Taking a chainsaw to a rhino's horn is not something one would do without knowing where you're going and what you're doing with it. But it's very efficient at taking horns off. It's quick, it generates the least amount of heat, and it gets the most amount of horn off in a short time. If you were selling horns, you wouldn't use a chainsaw because you lose so much with the cutting process. But we're not selling horns. That's not what we're set out to do. Those horns go into storage, and they remain there and have done for the last 50 years, most horns.
Do they, with these storage facilities, would it not be safer if they like burnt their horns or something, so that they're like completely off?
Yes and no. First of all, this is Africa, and control is not great. Okay, and law enforcement is even worse. So when a rhino horn is burnt and disappears, there's no way of ever knowing, was it burnt or did it disappear?
Yeah.
And what they burnt, were they rhino horns or were they whatever's? Okay, so the reasoning behind a lot of it is that they remain in a vault. They're checked every year, they're microchipped, they're DNA'd. Okay, so the horn's actually had its DNA taken. It's weighed, it's measured, and it's stamped. So there's not many other things you can do to a horn to identify it, but it is very specifically ID'd. So each year, you can't put a fiberglass horn in its place. The market at the moment is driven by its price. It's 60 to 100,000 US per kilo, which is a hell of a lot of money. And the most pure are black rhino, because they're even in more short supply, and also they are just that much more wild and wild childs out there. You'll see a black rhino is a different animal compared to a white rhino. Exactly. Super. See you around the rhino.
Awesome.
All right, we're gonna save a rhino today. Kyle, are you excited to save a rhino?
Very excited to save a rhino. You what? That's a bit. Okay. Well done. That's big one there. Beautiful. Black rhino, that's quite simple.
Yeah. Couldn't have got luckier.
No, for sure.
You're going to take some blood, no?
Yeah.
Do you want to do it?
Yes, I do.
Have you done it before?
I've not.
So you basically want to sort of get that angle, and then maybe even through there, and then just push it about. You want it about that sort of deep in. So let's have a look now. So basically we just put these tubes. It should sort of start filling with blood immediately out. So no, you don't have to do anything. It'll just it's vacuum sealed, so you can see.
And it.
You don't need to be a doctor, do you? No.
seriously big neck.
He does. This is far.
So you don't get your hand full of it. Just like you did. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's it, yeah. Okay.
So that's 28. And then we'll do the back length as well.
The back line.
All the way from there. I'll hold it. All the way to that tip. So it's 22.5. And then we're going to do the circumference of the front horn as well. So the entire circumference area. And we're going to do it all the way where you can see the horn becomes stem. So literally on the outer edges. And then where the two meet, I just can't see that number if you can just
69.
perfect. And then we do the exact same measurements for the back corner as well.
14 and a half.
Go to the boss. Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. I like inhaled. I was like upwind.
Be careful, it's an aphrodisiac.
Sure, it's quite. Feel how soft it is in there, under the lips. So literally just stick your hands in there. Yeah, you can literally just stick it in there, yeah, and feel like, especially on the upper lip. It's just breathing. Feel how soft it is there.
No front teeth, eh?
Yeah.
Only the back molar. And
I was like, what have you got?
So you feel they got like this prehensile lip in the front. Where white Rhino has got a thick, it feels like a tire, like a rubber lip.
Yeah.
So weird.
Holding the rhino ear.
And then you can move here and then go to the front there if you want to feel.
Carl, is that ever a sentence that you thought you would say? Would you quickly hold the rhino ears?
Yeah. Definitely not.
If you guys are happy, we're coming on to close to 40 minutes now.
Yeah, let's let him go.
Obviously, I'll send you a message
Somewhere.
Yeah. No,
Okay, cool. Let's get back to the vehicle.
let's do it.